have been some crucial political developments in the country as less than 48 hours after the Indian Foreign Secretary wrapped up his Nepal visit, the Chinese Defence Minister is arriving in the country today. Foreign relations experts are keeping an eye on these visits with significant interest given the geopolitical position of Nepal. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli defends charges levelled against him, challenges co-chair Dahal to prove the allegations, otherwise face the consequences. Chinese Defence Minister and State Councillor Wei Fenghe to arrive for a day-long state visit to Nepal today. The visiting minister to hold high-profile meetings. Protesters clash against French police as they demonstrate against a bill that makes it a criminal offence to film police with malevolent intent. And Riyad Mahrez scored his first Manchester City hat-trick as Pep Guardiola's side crushed Burnley 5-0 at Etihad Stadium. The coronavirus continues its surge in the country as 19 more individuals succumbed to COVID-19 yesterday. The total deaths due to COVID-19 has now reached 1,454 with 534 from the Kathmandu Valley alone. A total of 1,380 new cases of COVID-19 were confirmed yesterday, taking the infection tally to 230,723. Out of the infected, 645 cases were reported from the federal capital. Over 1.71 million tests through PCR method have been conducted till date, with 9,368 alone yesterday in the country. Likewise, 515 individuals registered full recovery, taking the national recovery tally past 211,000 mark. There are currently over 18,000 active coronavirus cases in the country. Party chairman and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli yesterday defended himself at the Secretariat meeting, demanding that the allegations charged against him be scrapped altogether. Prime Minister Oli has termed Dahal's report as what he said an outcome of inferior complex and fabricated. The Premier has further alleged Executive Chairman Dahal to imposing obstacles in the government and labelled Dahal as a failed leader.
Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli coming down heavily upon the 13th November report presented by Executive Chairman of the ruling party Pushpakamal Dahal has challenged the co-chairman to prove the allegations labelled on him. Terming Dahal's report as malicious and imaginative, Chairman Oli has said that the document held no political significance. Submitting a 38-page report, which was exactly double the volume of the 19-page report submitted by the co-chair Dahal, Prime Minister Oli has claimed that Dahal's report has invited serious crisis in the ruling party. Chairman Oli has further questioned Dahal's intention, citing that the latter's report only flared up party division. Prime Minister Oli has also termed the allegations by leader Dahal as having the nature of criminal charges and has challenged co-chair Dahal to prove the allegations, otherwise face the consequences. Meanwhile, in terms of corruption charges labelled against him, the Premier has claimed of Dahal's involvement as well and indicated that leader Dahal could be summoned in a number of cases. Premier Oli has also dug upon old issues concerning insurgency era and the tearing of ballot papers to make Renu Dahal, the daughter of co-chairman Dahal, as the mayor of Bharatpur metropolis, among others. Prime Minister Oli, meanwhile, has demanded that the report submitted by the co-chair Dahal needed to be scrapped by the party's secretariat itself.
Chinese Defence Minister and State Councillor Wei Fenghe is to arrive for a day-long state visit to Nepal today. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs informed of Fenghe's arrival in a statement released yesterday. The Chinese Defence Minister is visiting Nepal just 48 hours after Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla wrapped up his visit to the Himalayan nation. The Foreign Ministry, in a statement, has said that the visit comes on the occasion of the establishment of 65 years of Nepal-China relations. Minister Wei Fenghe is scheduled to land in Nepal around 1:45 p.m. later today. He is scheduled to directly visit Nepal Army headquarters from the Tribhuvan International Airport. This will be followed by his meeting with Nepal Army's Chief of Army Staff Purna Chandra Thapa. The meeting is set to dwell on the Chinese military assistance worth 2.5 billion rupees. Talks will also be held on resuming joint army drills, which had remained disrupted amid the pandemic. The Chinese Defense Minister will proceed to call on Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and President Bidyadevi Bhandari in separate meetings. Fenghe will directly head to Bangladesh from Nepal after wrapping up his visit today itself. Political analysts have meanwhile seen the visit with significant interest as it has come close on heels of the visit by the Indian Foreign Secretary. Chandra Dhakal has been elected as the Senior Vice President at the Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Dhakal defeated Kishore Pradhan by a wide margin in the vote counting that concluded late yesterday in the election of the umbrella organization of Nepalese business sector. Dhakal received 522 votes against Pradhan's 375 votes in the associate category. Likewise, Dhakal received 59 votes against Pradhan's 39 in the commodities category, even as Pradhan edged by a single vote in the district municipal category, receiving 53 votes to Dhakal's 52. Meanwhile, Dinesh Shrestha from the Pradhan panel has been elected as the Vice President of District Municipal. Likewise, Dhakal panel's Ramchandra Shanghai has clinched the Vice President in the Associate category, while Anjan Shrestha from the Pradhan's panel has been elected Vice President in the Commodities category. With the latest election results, the newly elected Senior Vice President Chandra Dhakal will become the 20th President of the FNCCI, succeeding Shekhar Golcha. As per the FNCCI statute, Senior Vice President automatically gets elected as the President of the FNCCI for the next term. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local residents in Surkhet what could be the reason behind the never-ending intra-party dispute and groupism in all political parties in the country. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
जनताको सेवा विकास निर्माण भन्दा पनि कसरी शक्ति आर्जन गर्ने कसरी पद प्राप्त गर्ने मै केन्द्रित हुने गरेको देखिन्छ अहिलेसम्म
माओवादीले राज गरेकै हो एमाले राज गरेकै हो कांग्रेसले पनि राज गरेकै हो अहिले दुई मिलेर तीन गर्दै छन् 3 4 5 6 थरी नै मिलेका छन् केका लागि गर्छन् आफ्नो दुनु आफूले भर्ने हो
यो लडाई झगडा गुटबन्दीहरु त मुख्यतः पदकै कारणले हो
यी नेताहरु स्वार्थको लागि लडाई र गुटबन्दी गर्छन्
त भन्दा के काम म भन्दा के काम भनेर नेताहरुले जनताहरुलाई नै मर्कामा पारेछन्
आफू शक्ति केन्द्रमा पुग्नको लागि आफू बीच नेताहरु बीच जस्तो जय झगडाहरु गरिराख्ने
आफ्नो विचार अनुसार हैन कसरी त्यसलाई अगाडि लैजाने भनेर उहाँहरुले आफ्नो गुट अनुसार चल्दाखेरि राम्रो हुन्छ कि भनेर जानुभयो होला
यो खिचातानी र गुटबन्दी बाबु यी स्वार्थै आफ्नो स्वार्थकै लागि भइरहेको छ के स्वार्थ मै खाऊ मै लाऊ यसो मोज मै गरु सारा मरुन दुर्लभहरु भने जस्तै भइरहेछ
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question: what should be done to conserve national language? Your options are A. Make it medium of education, B. Use it in government offices, and C. More awareness. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli defends charges levelled against him. Challenges co-chair the Hal to prove the allegations, otherwise face the consequences. Chinese Defense Minister and State Councillor Wei Fenghe to arrive for a day-long state visit to Nepal today. The visiting minister to hold high-profile meetings. Protesters clash against French police as they demonstrate against a bill that makes it a criminal offence to film police with malevolent intent. And Riyad Mahrez scored his first Manchester City hat-trick as Pep Guardiola's side crushed Burnley 5-0 at Etihad Stadium. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.